Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham Blog and to our first summer signing of 2022. Tottenham Hotspur transfer talk is well and truly up and running, as today Tottenham announced the signing of Ivan Perisic on a free transfer from Inter Milan. It's a done deal. He is a Spurs player. He's put pen to paper on a 2-year contract that is worth just short of £100,000 a week. It's a statement signing by Spurs for a number of reasons, and we're going to go through it all. We're going to go through the deal, what Perisic had to say, what Spurs said in their announcement, what this means, the statement that it is from Tottenham, and who could be next to follow. Before we do get into that, if you are new to the channel, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so you get notified whenever we upload or go live, and to get involved in that live chat where there's a lot of positivity. Tony Young and Zoe, channel members, great to see you. Ryan as well, channel mod, absolutely massive supporter. I really appreciate your tuning in always, Ryan. We got Kelvin, Junior, Simon, Sundeep, George, Tempest, Sukil, Mehdi, so many people in the live chat. And look, let's dive straight into it and let's go straight to that announcement from Spurs Official. They put out a little teaser video early today, as they always do, with a man all blurred out, just walking around different places that we all know are associated with Spurs. And to be honest, that we all knew was Ivan Perisic. I'm just going to get the exact time of the announcement. When Spurs did eventually put it out, it was at 3:35 p.m. today. A little bit of an odd time, but there it is. They said, "We are delighted to announce the transfer of Ivan Perisic. The vastly experienced Croatia international will join the club on the 1st of July following the expiration of his contract at Internazionale, and has agreed a deal that will run until 2024. A player with multiple winners' medals under his belt, Ivan began his career in the youth academies of Hajduk Split and Sochaux before a short loan spell at KSV Roeselare in Belgium. In 2009, he joined Club Brugge, where in only his second season, he was the league's top scorer and was named Belgium's Footballer of the Year. A move to Germany followed in 2011, with Ivan winning the Bundesliga and the German Cup in his first season at Borussia Dortmund, before adding a second Deutscher Pokal and the DFL Super Cup following a move to Wolfsburg in 2013. 2.5 years later, he signed for Inter, starting games and scoring regularly for the Italian club until he returned to Germany with a season-long loan at Bayern Munich in 2019-20, where he became a UEFA Champions League winner, as well as lifting a second Bundesliga and third Deutscher Pokal title of his career as part of Bayern's treble-winning side. And look, let's point out that Ivan Perisic played for Bayern Munich when they beat us 7-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So he has a 100% record at the ground. That's all I'm going to say. He returned to Inter ahead of the following season, where he played under Antonio Conte, showing his versatility by performing as a wing-back as well as a forward as the Nerazzurri won the Serie A title. He continued his fine form into the 21-22 season, registering 10 goals and 9 assists in all competitions on the way to winning the Coppa Italia and the Supercoppa Italiana. He also scooped Serie A's Goal of the Month award for his strike against Bologna in April, with Inter finishing as runners-up in the final domestic standings. At international level, Ivan has made 113 appearances for his country to date, scoring 32 goals. And ever present for his national team, he played a key role in Croatia's route to the World Cup final in Russia 2018, the first in the country's history. He scored in the final, but his side finished as runners-up to Hugo Lloris, and that is an absolutely exceptional CV. 2 Bundesliga titles, 3 Deutsche Pokals, a Serie A title, a Champions League, a goal in the World Cup final. And that is why this is a statement signing from Tottenham. For more reasons than one. First of all, this is a serial winner. He's won everywhere he's been, whether it's individual awards, team trophies rather. He's a man who knows what it takes to win. And he's a man who loves winning, and he said that himself in his first interview with the club that we'll go through in a second. But it's a statement signing. First of all, the window doesn't open for another 11 days. Tottenham, who typically keep their deals until late in the window, I know Lee the Dorset Spur put up a video earlier today saying Spurs have made a signing is a deadline day. You know, Tottenham, we have that feeling that Tottenham just don't get deals done like this early in the window, but it's a statement because we know that Antonio Conte wanted to get these deals done early. We got Dark Sung-ji with the super chat, says it feels great to see Ivan holding up the shirt, and it absolutely does. Thank you for the super chat, Dark Sung-ji, and thank you Merlon Green for joining the Championship Members Club as well. You're an absolute legend and I appreciate it. But Antonio Conte has asked for these transfers early on. He's asked for these deals to get done. We know he's requested 6 signings before Tottenham go to Korea in the middle of July. Maybe that's a bit too much to ask, but Tottenham have got a deal done early. Statement number 1. Statement number 2 is we've changed our philosophy and who we sign. You know, this is a player who's 33 years of age. The 2-year contract that he signed is probably the maximum that he will last at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. It's not a big financial commitment, of course. He's signing a free. I'm sure there will be a signing on bonus for him, 100,000 or just short of £100,000 a week. Tottenham don't sign players like that, but it's a player that Antonio Conte wanted, and that is a statement from Tottenham. And the final statement, or what that all means, is Tottenham are saying, we know what we have with Antonio Conte. We know what we can have, which is the success if they back Antonio Conte, and they want to make sure that's what we will have. And it's been so long since we've had this confidence, and since we felt as though Tottenham would make the right decisions and would go all out in the transfer market to back their manager. The £150 million investment that was announced last week will go towards backing the manager. I put it up on Twitter when I was sharing this stream. One down. How many to go? How many will we actually get over the line? If they're anything like Perisic, I'll be delighted, because it's a Conte player. It's a player that Conte has worked with in the past, has been successful with in the past, and clearly identified very early on as a player that he wanted at Tottenham for this season and hopefully beyond. Ivan Perisic was, of course, speaking with Spurs TV after completing the signing, and he said, "I'm really excited to start with the Spurs family. When I got in contact with the coach and the sporting director, I told them I really wanted to come here and play in the Premier League since 2009 when I started playing professional football in Belgium." So the pull of the Premier League has of course helped us in this. I think later in the interview, Ivan Perisic said he's always had a dream to play in each of the top 5 leagues in European football, and the Premier League was the one that was missing. And he's got that chance now to come and play for Spurs. And as we'll see in a second, this is a chance that perhaps he knew about long before the rumours were ever there about Tottenham potentially signing the player. I'm working with Antonio Conte. He said, "It's a privilege to work with a coach like this. We did well in Inter. We won the league after 10 or 11 years. It really was a perfect year, and I'm happy to see him again." And he went on waxing lyrical about the Italian who was in charge of Spurs, saying he breathes football every second, every hour, every day. You know, he goes to sleep and he thinks about football. And Perisic, from the sound of the interview, is the same. All he thinks about is football. I'm playing in the Champions League with Tottenham, which I'm sure was a big factor in him agreeing to come. He said, "I was watching the last 2 or 3 games. After the victory against Arsenal, it was obvious that Tottenham would go to the Champions League." So that's what I mean. This is a deal that could have been in the works for quite a while. You know, he was watching those last couple of games. Think when we were in absolute ecstasy watching Tottenham put 3 past Arsenal in North London. Ivan Perisic was sat in Milan and he was watching that as well. And he was watching that potentially as a future signing for the club. And we knew nothing about it. But he's been watching for a while. That contact was obviously made way back when. And he was excited for us to get into the Champions League because, as he said, he wants to play in the top games. He wants to play in the biggest games. And he's going to get the chance to do that at Tottenham, both domestically and on the European front as well. Darkson G with another super chat says, "Did you see the pot for Champions League for us? Is it good?" I did see it. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I do know we're in pot 2, which is very good news for us because essentially the top seeded teams are in pot 1, next in pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. So we're going to have 2 teams that are lower seeded than us, only one that's higher seeded. So from the get-go, I suppose, without ever seeing the group, you can presume that we're the second favourite to get out of that. Now there are some teams in pot 1 that we should be better than, but it's a good draw for Tottenham. It's a good pot for us to be in. And Ivan Perisic finally on what he can bring to Spurs. He said, "I'm going to bring firstly a lot of hard work. I like to work a lot. I like to work for the team because only like this can you win something important. I can play several positions in the system that Tottenham are playing right now." And this is a point that I made, I think it was last week, that he's a left wing back. He's played left wing back for Inter Milan for the last couple of seasons, but before that, for the majority of his career, he played as a forward. He played as a winger, and he still has the capability to do that. You know, you could suggest that given his age and what you would assume is a deteriorating fitness level, that maybe playing in the wing would suit him better. Now, Perisic isn't your typical 33-year-old, as someone said in the comments last week. A 33-year-old in Italy is like a 27-year-old in England. He is a very, very fit player. His age is not a concern for this season. I saw another tweet that he registered higher speeds in the Serie A last season than any Tottenham player managed in the Premier League. So the age isn't a concern there. But maybe he does have the potential to play as a winger further advanced. Maybe we are still, as we heard today, potentially trying to sign Filip Kostic. Now, Sky Sports in Germany are reporting that Filip Kostic is close to completing a deal to join Juventus. So that could be or plans to bring him in completely scuppered. But I'm sure there are other options there. Other left wing backs that Tottenham have been looking at. It may not be Ivan Perisic, and even if we do plan on playing him at left wing back at some point, bringing in another one and having that option to be more versatile is a massive one for Spurs. It's a very important one. There was a couple of reports on how how we could fit into this team. Dan Kilpatrick said yesterday that Ivan Perisic is expected to compete with Ryan Sessegnon at left wing back next season, and Alistair Gold said that Antonio Conte and Fabio Paratici believe that Ivan Perisic can help mentor and push Ryan Sessegnon to develop as the wing back duo share the large amount of minutes on offer next season with Spurs back in the Champions League. So we could be playing 50 to 60 games. That's a lot of football there for both of them. So where Perisic fits into the Spurs side still remains to be seen. What position will be best for him, but the fact that we've signed him and we don't know where he's going to play, I think, is a good sign, and it shows exactly what he can offer in the unpredictability. I think he will put in the face of players or teams that we're facing. Everywhere you look at it, this is a really, really positive signing from Spurs. Dan Kilpatrick is on the point of Philip Kostic said yesterday that Ivan Perisic's versatility is such that Spurs could still sign another left wing back this summer. They also admire Eintracht's Philip Kostic and can still be confident that Perisic improves their starting 11 elsewhere. Holly, great to see you in the chat, says, feels great to have a player that is going to be an instant upgrade and one that is ready for now and not a prospect that could be good. Roll on next season. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying about the statement from Spurs backing Antonio Conte and following the transfer philosophy that we know Antonio Conte demands from every club he's at, and not going our old routes of signing a Brian Hill or a Jack Clark or a Ryan Sessegnon who could be a player for the future. We're buying a player for now. Tony says, would anyone have believed at the beginning of last season that we would be in this position? I still think I'm dreaming. I think we all do. Just think we're dreaming. It just seems way too good to be true at times. And this is only step one. This is only signing number one. There's still a lot more to come in this transfer window. And look, we spoke about how good Ivan Perisic was last season. I know we've brought these stats up a couple of times, but I just want to show them again. And actually, Christopher makes a good point there. Perisic's English already seemed quite decent, so communication won't be the biggest issue, like it wasn't for Decky, who had that English fluency before he ever came into Spurs. But looking at Perisic's stats here, or some point that way, offensively, he was statistically one of the best attacking wingbacks in Europe last season. A right footer playing on the left, well, preferred right foot, but I saw a tweet yesterday that he became one of the first players in the Serie A to score a penalty with both feet. So he scored one with his right foot and one with his left foot. Fun bit of trivia: 2 players in Premier League history have scored a penalty with both feet. First person to get them in the chat gets a shout out. But look at that. So 1 goal in every 5 games. As I said, I think it was 10 goals and 9 assists in all competitions last season. One goal in every 5 games in the top 3% of wingbacks in the top 5 European leagues over the last 365 days. 1 assist in every 5 games as well. He likes putting the ball in the box. 4.83 crosses per game. Shot creating actions 3.41 per game. Carries into the penalty area 1.5 per game. All up in the top 2-4% of European football. Again, his defending doesn't fill us with absolute confidence. His stats there aren't the best. The one that we can take a positive from on that defensive column there is his pressures in the attacking third, right up there again with the highest numbers in Europe. He likes to play very advanced, and he's, despite that older age, he's fit, and he can do that, and he can maintain that for long periods of games. It's exactly what we need at Tottenham Hotspur, and it's exactly what he is going to be able to offer us. Speaking of what people have offered us, the Spurs Web have kindly on Twitter teamed up with Siavush Falahi, an Italian football expert and journalist for Eurosport, to give us a good insight and a breakdown on Ivan Perisic. Now, we're going to have a video either tomorrow or Thursday with a fellow content creator, an Inter Milan fan, who's going to talk to us about Ivan Perisic and Alessandro Bastoni. So do make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that tomorrow. Before we get into this insightful trade, we got another super chat from Dark Sung Ji, the 10,001. I always say this, but you're a legend. I really do appreciate the support. Says Modric is 3 years older than him, right? Age doesn't matter. Also, Ronaldo is about 4 years older, so I'm confident he can share his winning mentality to Kane, Son, Kulu, Skip, Højbjerg, Kuti, which is scary. And that's exactly it. Modric just won his 5th Champions League being spoken about as one of the best midfielders in the world. Benzema just won his 5th Champions League, been spoken about as one of the best strikers in the world. Both of them are older than Ivan Perisic. And I know perhaps it's a bit different because Perisic is playing in a more physically demanding position, having to bomb up and down the pitch the whole time, but he is able for that. And age really just does not matter unless you're at a point where you're declining with age, but Perisic isn't. And like you say, Dark Sunji, with that winning mentality that he can share to this team, it's exactly what we need. And I think we tried to implement that with the signing, especially of Joe Hart a couple of years back. It didn't quite work, but Perisic now is going to be a player who is going to be in the first team and offers us quality on the football pitch, which Joe Hart didn't really do during his time at the club. So this is an incredible signing. And Siavush Falahi has said Perisic started as a left winger, but in the last 2 seasons, he's been a great left wing back at Inter. After his loan spent at Bayern, he came back to Inter with a different mentality. Conte, who first didn't believe in Perisic as a left wing back, changed his opinion and installed him there. Perisic has many rare skills, but what stands out with him is the perfect physique he has. He's 186 centimetres tall, a perfect athlete, and if he didn't become an elite football player, he'd probably excel in another sport. On top of that, he's both fast and technically skilled. Alexander Hilton, I actually haven't... Ken Jones got it there. I forgot about the penalty question. A few people have got it there. Lethal, Alexander Hilton, Ken Jones. It was Bobby Zamora and Obafemi Martins. I apologise if anyone else got it that I missed because I completely forgot I asked it. So on top of that, Perisic is both fast and technically skilled. And like I mentioned there, even with that penalty shout, Perisic is as good with his left foot as he is with his right foot, which makes him unpredictable on the left wing, as he can both cross with his left or cut in and take a shot on his right. In Perisic, Tottenham get a quality player, or a player that will guarantee quantity and quality. He'll both do the extra mile in defence as well as scoring goals in attack and getting assists. In Antonio Conte's system, the wing backs are very important, and you'll probably see many goals from wing back to wing back. Perisic will add to that, and even if it hurts Inter to lose Perisic, so that's coming from an Inter point of view, I think he'll be great at Spurs, and the reason he left was he wanted a new challenge. He's won in Germany with Wolfsburg, Dortmund and Bayern. He's won at Inter, and now he wants to win at Spurs to add to that. His winning mentality has made a difference at Inter. Many times while teammates are celebrating goals or victories, Perisic is seen giving tactical instructions. It's true that he's 33 years old, but if he keeps his physical status as good as he has the last 3 seasons, he'll be a great asset for Spurs for the coming season. And that, from an Inter point of view, is absolutely brilliant to hear, I have to say. So an update from Alistair Gold on this man, Alessandro Bastoni. He says Tottenham believe they will be able to sort out wages and a fee and things like that as an issue for Bastoni. The only issue is Bastoni believing if it is the right point in his career to come to the Premier League. He is very happy at Inter Milan. So Tottenham there, as I said on Sunday night, it is my understanding, the understanding of quite a few people that I've spoken to, that Tottenham have agreed these personal terms with Bastoni. The reports then came out on Monday that he was reluctant to leave Inter Milan, which very much could be the case. If Alistair Gold is saying it, I'd say it very much is the case. But if he's been forced out of Inter, that's why he comes to Spurs. So an update there from Alistair Gold. Tottenham believe they will be able to sort out wages. Again, my understanding is that they have already done that, and again, along with a few other people who have reported that. But back to the man of the hour, the man in question, the man that we're all so excited to see in a Spurs jersey on the football pitch. We got those pictures beside me of that's a fantastic picture of Perisic at the Tottenham Stadium, with the cockerel of the South Stand way behind him, and this is, like I said, a statement signing from Tottenham. It's a brilliant signing for the club, and one that is going to improve the team from the first game we play next season. Look at him in the Spurs jersey, I love it. It's going to improve us from the first game next season, and I'm really excited to see what he can offer. And again, like Conte wanted these signings early, I'm very excited to see Perisic in pre-season, and for him to have that opportunity to develop within this system with these players and in a new environment, a new country, a new team throughout that pre-season. Tottenham are making moves. Tottenham are making statements, and the statement we got today was an official signing, the first one of the window, and we're expecting more. We're expecting a whole lot more. I see a lot of people asking about Fraser Forster. It's not going to be today, as I'm sure you've realised right now. I would assume it will be announced very soon. The reports are that it will be announced. There was one yesterday saying it'll be announced next month, which of course starts tomorrow. But it seems as though, you know, a deal is done there already, and we're just waiting for whatever reason, if it's the formalities or something like that, for that deal to be officially announced. But it is one that is over the line. Fraser Forster will be a Spurs player. It's just a matter of when rather than if. Dark Sunji with another super chat, again, thank you so much, says, I'm happy because he is a tall guy, which can help us. Exactly, he has he has that ability to maybe win headers at the back post, to get in there and put in the ball back there. And that physical stature, of course, is always good as well. He's strong on the ball, and he's going to be a great addition to this team. Lethal says, Agent Pleticosa on the case. And actually, in his interview, Ivan Perisic spoke about the Croatian contingent that has been at Spurs in the past. You know, he's working with Vedran Chorluka in the international team. He said he's spoken to Luka Modric, who of course just won his 5th Champions League. He mentioned as well Niko Kranjčar and Stipe Pleticosa, who are working in some capacity with the national team as well. So he's going to speak with them. He's going to get the love for Tottenham Hotspur, and it's very exciting to see a man of his calibre and a footballer of his quality joining the team. It's step one of the Antonio Conte project of summer 2022, and the rest of the steps, I assume, are going to be just as, if not more, exciting than this one here. And your number one place to keep up with all of this Tottenham news throughout the summer is right here at Matt Hayes Tottenham Blog on our Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk series. So please, if you are new to the channel, do make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so you get notified whenever we upload or go live. There's going to be a lot of content over the next couple of days. I'm off work again, so there's going to be breaking news streams if needs be. When I'm off work, if there's breaking news from Tottenham, we'll be live within 15 minutes. We'll be discussing it within 15 minutes, and that is a Matt Hayes guarantee. So please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button as well if you have enjoyed this stream. Hit the like button if you're happy that Ivan Perisic is a Tottenham player. I'm trying to see how many likes we're on at the moment, but it's not quite working for me. We're on 162 likes with 660 people watching, so please, let's get that up to 250. Obliterate that like button. It always helps us streamers when you hit that like button. We will be live again tomorrow evening with an input, like I said, from an Inter Milan content creator looking at what Ivan Perisic will offer Tottenham, and also Alessandro Bastoni, who I'm still confident will be a Tottenham player. That's personal feeling rather than anything else. I'm confident we will be able to sign him. So please do tune in for that tomorrow evening. But for now, from me, as always, thank you so much for watching.